Well, to there. Yeah, it's just that bit. That's number 1 street of the Ladies. There isn't a number 2, but ironically, it used to be the longest street in the whole city. You used to go all the way from one side of the city all the way to the other. This was the old Harbour Road. And this building here, and everything behind it, was the sea. If you wonder where the sea is now, it's another 2.5, 3 kilometres away. Just to show you how it's been pushed back over the years. But this road would have been full of ladies. So what do you think these ladies used to get up to? Really? Nobody?
Probably back to the fish.
Well, this was a harbour, so there was probably a few prostitutes in the street, but the majority of these ladies definitely weren't. They were fishing, repairing fishing nets, selling fish, doing whatever they could to make a living. But the road would have been full of ladies because, according to nautical legend, you guys. Right, when the sailors used to go sailing, swashbuckling, pirating and all the rest of it, if they ever got caught in a big storm, they would take a knee, they would pray to their respective gods and say, look God, if you get me out of this mess, I promise I will change my wicked ways. When I get back to Barcelona, I will settle down and I will marry the first lady I lay eyes on. So all these ladies were in the harbour waiting to get married. Yeah, that's not as strange as it sounds. 12th century Barcelona is one of the most conquered and conquested cities in Europe. Everybody has attacked this city, from the Greeks, the Romans, the French, the Spanish, the Portuguese, the Austrians, the English, the Germans. Everybody's had to go at Barcelona, which means the male population, the fighting population, has gone all the way down, whereas the female population has gone the other way. There used to be 6 ladies to every 1 man in Barcelona. Us men, we were a very valuable commodity. Oh yeah. Still 2 to 1 now, it's not that bad. Now, ladies, if you weren't married by the time you were 12, 13, 14 at the maximum, yeah? Well, you were either sent to the convent, you were going to be a nun, or you were burnt at the stake, you were a witch. Guys, don't look so smug. If you weren't married by 16, 17, 18 at the latest, you were sent to war. And that's pretty much the same as being burnt at the stake. Around about 50% of all commercial sailors ever made it back home. I mean, you died at 36, 18 was midlife. Just had to do everything a lot earlier. Thank God we all live a lot longer now, because otherwise I've got to start planning my daughter's wedding, and I don't fancy that at all. Now, I thought that was quite a funny story. And you're also looking a bit sad. It's probably because you can sense this is the end of my tour. Now guys, before we go our separate ways, and before I start giving you loads and loads of recommendations about this beautiful city, there's a couple of things I'd like to say. Number 1, you all know that I've lived here for 16 years. Hopefully now you can see why I've lived here for 16 years. For me, this is the most beautiful city in the world. I mean, every day I walk these streets doing amazing tours, and every day I find something new that just captivates me here, like bubbles popping on your head and things like that. It keeps me alive in the city, it really does. We are, though, one of the most conquered and conquested cities in Europe. The last time we were almost conquered was only 8 years ago. The European economic crisis hit. Now, even as high as up to 60% of our economy is tourism, or tourist related. And when the crisis hit, you guys stopped going on holiday. You stopped coming to see us. And it's very sad. We are now one of the strongest cities to rebound out of this. Last year, we attracted so many tourists. But this year, we've attracted so many more. Which means we're doing our job properly. We're going, hey, we're sexy, come and have a look. But it also means that you guys must be doing well, because you're actually coming to see us. So that should put a smile on everyone's face. Yay! Unless you're from Greece. Yeah, not many Greek tourists about. Tragedy. Greek tragedy, no one got that. Right guys, this is the part of the tour I don't care for very much. As a very, very proud Englishman, it's never nice asking for tips, but it does make up 100% of my family's income, so it is something I have to do. I also appreciate that it's really awkward for me, it can be really awkward for you guys, so I've tried to take the awkwardness out of this. I've come up with an analogy. I want you to imagine that you are sat in a beautiful, beautiful restaurant, in a beautiful, beautiful plaza, and an expert Spanish guitarist is playing a beautiful song just for you, for just 1 minute. I am sure each and every one of you would give that performer €1 for his minute's melody. Well, I've been playing for 120 minutes now. Guys, I don't collect my tips like a lot of the other Sandeman's guides. A lot of them will get you to line up, shake hands, thank you very much, blah, blah, blah. I don't do that. It's awkward for you, it's awkward for me. I work on purely a trust system. You guys trusted me to give you an excellent tour. I trust you to give me an excellent tip. Simple as that. I collect my tips in this tin because it makes me look friendly and I like tea. So there you go. God, how English am I? Yorkshire Gold tea. Right, I'm going to pop that down there. In the meantime, though, I am going to give you loads and loads of recommendations. So I'm going to give 3 restaurant recommendations. Oh, thank you very much, Charger. Appreciate that. Right, I'm going to give 3 restaurant recommendations. The first one does the best meat fish paella. Second one does the best tapas. So the third one does the best economical, if that makes sense. Oh, actually, do you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to ask you a favour as well. Now, I know it's very rude asking for favours of people you don't know, but we're all friends now. Most of you are from a younger generation than what I am, which means you know a lot more about computers than I ever will. One of the ways that I can reduce the amount of money that I pay Sandeman's, the company, as a marketing fee, is by getting 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor. Now, it takes 2 minutes of your time, but it means the world to me and it helps me out. If you enjoyed my tour, go on TripAdvisor, Andy rocks, 5 stars, blah, 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 blah. Again, if you didn't enjoy my tour, stay the fuck away from TripAdvisor. Screw it for life. Right, guys, best meat, fish and paella is in a restaurant called Salamanca. Now, Salamanca is awesome, okay? Easy to find. If you walk that way, you're going to get to the beach. First beach you come to is Barcelona Beach. It's full of restaurants. You'll see probably about 10 or 15 restaurants along the beachfront. They'll all have 6 or 7 tables. The last one has 150 to 200 tables. That's Salamanca. And if you're in any doubt, there's a big sign on the roof that says Salamanca. Bit of a giveaway. That's a rule for the whole of Spain. Restaurants here have to pay a very heavy tax on the number of tables they have in front of their restaurants. So if you get a restaurant with loads of tables, it pays a lot of money for those. It must earn a lot of money. It must be pretty good. If you get a big restaurant with 3 tables, you might want to keep walking, okay? Oh, another good rule is if you sit down, you open the menu and it's got pictures of the food. Yeah, close that, you've just stumbled into McDonald's. That's no good, no. Right, tapas. For some reason in Barcelona, we confuse tapas and pinchos. Tapas is a small plate of food with a drink. Pinchos is a piece of bread, food on top with a stick going through it. We call it all tapas. The bar I'm going to recommend is a pinchos bar, even they say tapas. Now, the way pinchos bars work is easy. You walk in, they give you a plate. You'll see a big long bar with all different types of pinchos. Help yourself to what you want. Take the stick out, eat the pincho, keep the stick. At the end of the night, they count the number of sticks. That's how much you pay on the multiple. Now, they know you do it. I know you're going to do it. Oh yeah, you'll do it. You're going to take them sticks, flick them on the floor, put them in your pocket, put them in your hair, flick them around the door. Everybody does it, okay? There's just 5 rules to do with it. They're all easy. First rule, don't get caught. Second rule, if you do get caught, don't tell them I told you. Yeah. Third rule, right, 99% of all these bars and restaurants allow you to do it. It's their gimmick. Once you've eaten 5, the waiter will look at you and go, go on, drop one, it's their thing. Eventually you'll come across a bar which is pico, posh, snobby, where you drop one, they'll drop you. So, no sticks on the floor, don't be the first one to drop one. If there are sticks on the floor, eat 5, drop 1, not eat 1, drop 1, okay? Right. A couple of you might understand this. Don't pick sticks up off the floor and put them on your plate. Yeah, I know that sounds stupid, but I've got 3 kids, and they're like, look, Daddy, someone dropped a stick. Put it down, you little final rule and most important rule. Find out how much they cost individually before you fill your plate. Now they range from €1.50 to €5, okay? If they're 150, they're all 150. If they're 5, they're all 5. Usually takes 5 of these little devils to get me full, so 150, €3, 450, €6, drop one on the floor and a beer, €8, not bad much. The bar I recommend is called Sagardi, S-A-G-A-R-D-I for India, Sagardi. And again, it's stupid easy to find. Walk back through that little alleyway we just came from, round the front of the church with Jesus with the big ears, keep walking up that road, halfway up there on the left hand side, Sagardi, can't miss it. Actually there's a really good ice cream shop opposite, so you can do like lunch and an ice cream. Now, economical. There's such a thing in Barcelona as called menu del dia, menu of the day, 3-course meal. Starter, main course, dessert, usually includes a drink, coffee and bread for a set price. A lot cheaper than ordering 1 plate off the menu. Most of the menu del dias in the centre range from €15 to €25. I only found this bar about a month ago. If you turn right here, it's in front of you. It's called El Pastor. It's where all the office workers go. Okay, it's not very touristy. It's $8.95 for a 3-course meal. That's not bad. Now the food there is average. It's $8.95. What are you expecting, really, guys? But it's good if you just want to make a quick pit stop, have a little bit to eat and dash out. It's good food. It's just not Michelin 5-star gear. I know you're watching your phone. Oh, right, obviously. Right, guys, apart from that, if you need any other recommendations, come and talk to me. If you need directions or something marked on the map, come and talk to me. If you want to help me buy my kids new shoes, apart from that, you've been awesome. Thirsty work.